Have you ever made a decision and later wondered why it didn't turn out the way you expected? Or found yourself reacting automatically to situations, almost as if you weren't fully in control? The truth is, your brain is constantly tricking you, and most of the time, you don't even notice it. These mental shortcuts, or cognitive biases, helped our ancestors survive. But in today's world, they can lead us astray in subtle ways. In this video, we'll explore 5 of the most common ways your brain deceives you without your awareness, explain why they happen, provide real-life examples, and show you how to recognize them in everyday life. By understanding these tricks, you can make better decisions, reduce stress, and improve your relationships. First, the anchoring effect. Your brain often relies on the first piece of information it receives, called an anchor, to make decisions. For example, when shopping, the first price you see can influence whether you perceive a deal as good or bad. Even if that price has nothing to do with the product's real value, your brain uses it as a reference point. Imagine you're buying a smartphone. The first model you see costs $1,000. Later, a $700 model seems like a bargain, even if it's still expensive compared to its true value. Anchoring affects not just shopping, but negotiations, personal judgments, and even how we evaluate our own abilities. Pause and consider multiple reference points before making decisions. Ask yourself, is this anchor relevant? Or is it just the first number I saw? Next, the availability heuristic. Your brain tends to judge the probability of events based on how easily examples come to mind. If something is recent, dramatic, or emotionally striking, it feels more common than it really is. For example, after seeing news about a plane crash, you might think air travel is extremely dangerous, even though statistically it's safer than driving. This mental shortcut saves energy, but it can distort your perception of reality. Try to seek statistical data or multiple perspectives, instead of relying solely on what's most memorable or emotionally vivid. Third, the confirmation bias. We naturally look for evidence that confirms our existing beliefs, and ignore information that contradicts them. This bias feels comfortable, because it validates what we already think, but it can trap us in a narrow perspective. For example, you believe a certain diet is the healthiest. You'll likely pay attention to articles that support it and dismiss studies showing downsides. Over time, this bias reinforces misconceptions. Make a conscious effort to consider opposing viewpoints. Ask, what evidence would prove me wrong? This practice strengthens critical thinking and decision-making. Fourth, the spotlight effect. We tend to overestimate how much others notice our appearance, behavior, or mistakes. In reality, most people are focused on themselves. Your brain exaggerates social scrutiny, making you feel more exposed than you really are. Imagine you stumble during a presentation and feel embarrassed, thinking everyone noticed. In truth, many audience members either didn't see it or quickly forgot it. Remind yourself that minor errors rarely attract the attention you imagine. This awareness reduces social anxiety and boosts confidence. Finally, the negativity bias. Humans are wired to notice negative experiences more than positive ones, a survival mechanism that helped our ancestors avoid danger. Today, it can make setbacks feel larger and more significant than they are, fueling stress, worry, and pessimism. For example, you receive 10 compliments but 1 criticism, and the criticism dominates your thoughts. Your brain magnifies the negative, overshadowing positive feedback. Practice gratitude and actively notice positive events. By consciously balancing your perception, you can reduce unnecessary stress and increase well-being. Understanding these cognitive shortcuts isn't just academic. By recognizing them in your daily decisions, you can avoid impulsive purchases influenced by anchoring. Make more objective evaluations instead of relying on the most memorable examples. Open your mind to evidence that challenges your beliefs. Reduce social anxiety caused by the spotlight effect. And maintain a more balanced perspective by countering negativity bias. Awareness is the first step toward mastering your mind. By practicing mindfulness and reflection, you gain the ability to see beyond these automatic mental tricks and make choices aligned with your goals and values. Your mind is powerful, but it's not always your ally. Recognizing how your brain tricks you gives you control back. Start observing these patterns in your thoughts and decisions today. Small awareness can lead to big improvements in your life, relationships, and overall well-being. If you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. In the next video, we'll dive even deeper into hidden patterns of human thought and behavior, revealing more ways your brain quietly shapes your life.